Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Chioma Stitches and my name is Chioma. Today I'm going to be teaching us how I made this beautiful ready-made collar that you see. So to make this collar, I have the fabrics I want to work with. I have a lace fabric here and I have this chiffon fabric that I'm going to be using. This is about 1 yard of chiffon fabric, and then I have this cotton fabric that's going to be the lining. This lace piece is definitely for embellishment. Okay, so I have that, and I have this shiny appliques, this bias applique, and this other flower that I'm going to be using to design it. And as you can see, it came out really nice. So let's get straight into the drafting process. Also, don't forget to come back to see the sewing process of how I made the shift gown itself before I attached the ready-made collar. So I'm going to be using this pattern paper to draft it like you are drafting a basic block bodice, but we're going to be stopping at the yoke. The length of the collar is going to be 14 inches, but I'm marking at 14.5 inches, so the half an inch is going to be for ease. So I'm going to go ahead and demarcate my pattern into front and back. And so we have the front and the back pattern here, and what I have is 10 inches for the width. To make this collar, you have to know the shoulder measurement of the person who is going to use it, and because I'm working with the shoulder measurement, and the shoulder measurement of this person is 16 inches, divided by 2 is going to be 8 inches, but I am going to be marking at 8.8 inches because the collar we're making is supposed to be almost 1 inch longer than the actual shoulder measurement. Okay, or you can use half an inch for yours. And for the neckline, you divide the bust measurement by 12, and whatever you get, that's what you're going to be using for your neckline. And then for the depth, I'm going to be using half an inch for the depth for back, and I'll be using 3.5 inches for the depth for front, but both of them have the same width of 3.25 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and mark out the neckline for the front and the back. I'm using my hand to trace out the half an inch for the back neckline, and then I'm going to be using my pattern master, that's my ruler, to mark out the neckline for the front. And like I said, the depth for the front is 3.5 instead of the 3.25 we're using for the width. And then I'm using 1 inch shoulder slanting for both the front and the back, and I'm going to go ahead and use my pattern master to connect it to the neckline. And then to mark out the shape of the collar I am creating, for the back piece, I'm going to go down to like 4.5 inches, and I'll mark it straight line and connect it to the 1 inch shoulder slanting. This collar that I'm making is a recreation, and so I'm just going to go ahead and use my hand and trace a shape to try and mimic what I am trying to create. Using my pattern master as a guide, I'm just going to go ahead and place it from the shoulder slanting and work my way towards the middle of the collar. Then when you follow this method, you can recreate whatever you want. And then I turn my pattern master to the other way and then try to connect it to the same place to give it the shape that I'm looking for. But after doing this, I realized this shape is not exactly what I want, so I had to go ahead and re-alter it. And here I'm looking at it. I had to turn it so I can see the shape that I have created to see if it fits what I'm trying to recreate, but it doesn't, so I'm now going to go ahead and re-alter it. To alter this, I had to take my tape and place it from the shoulder to the bust point, that's 11.5 inches, and then I mark another dot, that is the nipple to nipple measurement. Using the nipple to nipple measurement as a guide, I'm going to reposition this collar so that the center part of the collar is going to be exactly at the nipple to nipple measurement. Okay, that's the 4 inches. And then I turn my pattern master and use it to connect to the new line I've created. I used a different pen so that we'll know the difference between the new markings and the old marking. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut it out, and then we'll continue. And this is the collar. I'm going to go ahead and join it at the shoulder and use a tape to hold it down, because the collar will not be having any joining at the shoulder. After holding it down, I'm going to go ahead and trim out the excess of the tape we use in holding it down. And here it is. I'm going to cut this on fold, so I'm just going to bring out my chiffon fabric and place it on it to cut it out. To cut it out, I'm going to be adding 1/4 inch all around, even on the neckline. This is for turning it inside out after I've sewn it with the lining. I will now place it on the lining and cut it out exactly the same way on fold. So I've gone ahead to cut it out. So let me take out the pins. So take this out. So this is the collar. This is the collar and this is how it's going to look. Now this, I'm going to open here up a little bit, but I'll do that when I have sewn it. Okay, and this is the lining piece. Okay, and this lining piece is supposed to go on top of this. I'm going to now go ahead and sew this like this all around. But first I'm going to be pleating the lace piece all around, and as you can see, I've cut it out like a bias. I've measured this place all around, and what I have is about 44, and I have more than 44. I have up to 90 inches in length here, because I'm going to be pleating it. So this is the right side of the fabric. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the back piece, the place where the back starts. Okay, and I'm going to start pleating it. This is 2 inches like this. When you fold it in half, you have 1 inch. So when I fold it in and sew it at half an inch, you have half an inch on the side of this all around. Just follow what I'm doing, shall you understand? To avoid making mistakes around here, I'm going to cut this place out, and then I'll start again. Okay, I'll start again, place this one like this here, and then pin it. And I'm going to go ahead and continue the pleats. I'm going to do the rest of the pleats off camera so it doesn't take too much time. So this is what I'm trying to create, like so. I'm going to go ahead and pleat this all this way all around until I've pleated it all around the body, and I'm going to go ahead and sew it. So this is what I have. As you can see, I've gone ahead to pleat it all around, and this is how it looks. This is the back. All right, so now I'm going to be placing this one on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and sew from here all around. Sew it all the way to this place. Alright, so this is it. I've gone ahead to sew it all around. You can see, leaving only the opening around the neckline. Okay, this is where we're going to be attaching the bishop collar effect on it. Okay, so it's going to have a little bit of top. That's the bishop collar top that's going to be here, and we'll do that. We're going to cut out the fabric for that one by measuring around here when I've turned it inside out. Then meanwhile, this back is supposed to have buttons to fasten it, to keep it together. And I'm thinking of adding maybe one button at the center, at the top here, and leaving the part open. I think it would be best I added it on the bishop collar. So I'm going to set this one aside. This is the button I want to put. See, so what I'm going to do now, and by the way, I've gone ahead to make notches all around this seam so that I can turn it inside out and iron it, and it will be, it will lap very well. So we're going to turn it inside out. It's making sense already. It's looking nice, coming together. Okay, so this is what I have. This is the lining part, that's the back, and this is the right side, as you can see. So I'm going to iron this out, press it down, keep it together. And when you're ironing it, you can also add hemming gum at the edges inside so that they will stay together. So this is it. I've ironed it, and I think I'm going to also top stitch it very close to the end, but that will be if I am going to add this. So I'm thinking if this is going to be too much. I don't know if I should add this. It doesn't matter, it's fine. I think I'm going to go ahead and add it. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this one all around here, and then I'm going to attach the bishop collar. This is the bishop collar. I've cut it out. So I measured here round and I got 18.5, and I've cut out 19.5 for this bias. So I'm going to be using half an inch to hem it at this end, and then I'm going to use it to run it over. Now I'm actually glad I added this. As you can see, it has taken this collar from a 5 to like 8, I'll be 10 already. So it came out really nice. I like it. This is the back and this is the right side. Okay, so I've gone ahead to hem this top of it, the one that's going to be the bishop collar. Now I'm going to turn it inside out. So I'm going to match the center to the center. I'm going to fold this one in half as well. And I'm going to make a notch so that I will know where this is on both sides. So this is the center. I'm going to take this center like so, and I'm going to pin it here. Then I'm going to go ahead and pin it all around. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this all around and sew it from one end to the other. So I've sewn it on this side, this is what I have, like so. So now I'm going to go ahead and fold in this side and top stitch it all around. Now I think it would be nice if you added something that's a stay to this part. I'm just not noticing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it though. I'm going to add it. I am going to open it up the way it is back like this, and I'm going to iron a strong stay on one side. It doesn't have to be on both sides of the collar top. It's just going to be on one side. So this is what I mean. I've cut out a stay. This is a bit this is not too strong. This is a bit softer, but it's thick enough. I'm going to go ahead and iron it. I'm supposed to have done this before attaching it to the body, but I'm just going to improvise since I've already attached this part. And I'm going to go ahead and iron this down. I've ironed it, as you can see. The next thing I omitted is not adding the loop we're going to use to put our buttons. Okay, so for that I'm going to be doing it now. I'm just going to open this place up. So now I'm going to fix this in here, pass it, fold it in half, and just pass it in here. So I want to put 2 loops. So let's go and lock this place. So when you now turn it this way, you have 2 loops that are going to be holding the buttons. Okay, so when you cover it like so, you have 2 loops that will be holding the button at each end. So let me go ahead and top stitch on this. So I've gone ahead to top stitch it, and I left the opening. I left like 2 inches opening here, and I'm going to show us why. So this is the wrong side. Here is the opening I'm talking about, this place. So this piece is going to be going there. I'm going to go ahead and lock here like this, sew it, and leaving an opening where I'm going to turn it inside out. And you can also put your stay, the same stay I put on this neckline. I'm going to put it here to keep it steady because it's going to be going in between this place. So I've gone ahead to sew it. I'm going to turn it inside out now. Okay, this is what I have. I'm going to go ahead and iron it flat, and then I'm going to put this in between. So I have gone ahead to iron it in. See, it's now firm and can stand very well on its own. So I'm going to be passing it, I'm going to be putting it, it's going to come in between like so. So I'm going to put it from here. And then I'm going to go ahead and top stitch it so it becomes a part of it. And we are going to be putting buttons here on this part. I'm going to place this here and I'm going to top stitch it. I wanted to put it from the back, that is why I left this opening, but I won't be putting it at the back anymore. I'm going to put it here. I think it looks better from here. So I'm going to put it here and then attach my flowers on these places where I've added my pins. I had to use the pin to indicate where my flowers are going to go. So I've attached it, as you can see. Now I'm going to be putting buttons there. So I'm going to put one button here. I'm going to put one at the center and I'm going to put one here. That is how I want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and tack the buttons, and I'll also attach these flowers here that I've marked it out, and this one is going to go here. So I'm going to tack this off camera, and this is the buttons for the back. These buttons have the same color with the pearls on this place, on this flower. So I'm going to go ahead and sew these ones at the back here, the two of them for the loop we added, and this collar will be ready. Also, don't forget to come back for the next sewing tutorial where I show us how I made the shift dress that I'm going to be attaching this collar to. Okay, that's the second part of this tutorial, so do well to come back for that one. You can also share this video so that this community can grow. See you guys in my next sewing tutorial. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe. Bye.